everybody, welcome back to Horror Flicks with Nick. Today I'm back in my wonderful red review room because I'm reviewing a new Shudder Original being released tomorrow called Hellbender. Hellbender is from the Addams Family Film Group, who previously directed the 2019 horror film The Deeper You Dig. Their newest movie, Hellbender, tells the story of a teen girl who, after years of being sheltered by her mother in the woods, makes contact with the outside world and in turn discovers her family's ties to witchcraft. One of my favorite aspects of this film was the cinematography. There are a lot of very striking shots in Hellbender, especially in the surreal hallucination sequences. The movie is lit primarily with natural light. There is no overly showy or flashy camera work. Hellbender is a testament to the less is more philosophy. There are so many beautifully framed individual shots throughout this. Hellbender has a very distinct look that really adds to the movie's overall feel and atmosphere. As for the story, similar to The Deeper You Dig, Hellbender is very slow developing. This is a story that requires a lot of audience patience. Hellbender is far from plot heavy. There's only a handful of meaningful events with a lot of meandering, reflective, contemplative scenes in between. Some may use the phrase slow burn, while others may instead just call this plain boring. For me, I did find it slow at times, but for the most part, it did keep my interest. Ultimately, it comes down to your personal preference and your typical tolerance for pacing. I will say the biggest issue I had with Hellbender were the visual effects. Plain and simple, they just did not look good at all. I mean, I understand why. Hellbender had a very low budget, but still, with how great the rest of the movie's presentation was, the hokey witchcraft puffs of smoke and faces morphing into weird CGI demons did take me out of a lot of pivotal scenes. Even though I had issues in the middle, I did think Hellbender both started and finished with a bang. The very strange and violent opening does a great job of hooking audiences, drawing you into the mystery of the women of the forest. As well, the final scene was fantastic. It was nightmarish, it reincorporated many earlier scenes, it was highly personal, it was highly tense, and had haunting images that will stick with you after viewing. As a whole, Hellbender is such an incredibly impressive piece of work for such a small, intimate crew. Addams Family isn't some fun reference to Morticia and Uncle Fester. The Addams Family is a very real 4-person family that makes movies together. Toby Poser, John Adams, and daughters Lulu and Zelda Adams were the sole writers, actors, editors, composers, producers, cinematographers, and directors of both The Deeper You Dig and Hellbender. I genuinely cannot understate just how impressive their work is here. A movie of this quality, with such a small crew, where everyone is wearing 5 different hats, is just unheard of. Even the most run-of-the-mill, low-budget horror movie has a crew of 30 or 40 plus. The Addams Family deserves an immense amount of praise and credit for doing so much more with so much less. And yes, I didn't love every single aspect of Hellbender, but I sincerely appreciate a unique horror movie that pushes boundaries and presents a very fresh take on both witchcraft and the occult. If you're a fan of original independent horror, I very much recommend that you check out both Hellbender and The Deeper You Dig. At this point, I'm totally sold. I will absolutely be keeping my eyes on whatever the Addams Family releases next. I give Hellbender 6 drum solos out of 10. Again, Hellbender is a Shudder original that comes out later this week on February 22nd. Once you also get the chance to check out Hellbender, please in the comments below let me know what you thought of it, or let me know what your favorite all-time witch or occult horror movie is. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, Horror Flicks with Nick. Twice a week I post horror reviews, commentaries, and short recommendations for horror movies you should watch on Netflix and other streaming services. Thank you all for watching my review of Hellbender. Thank you Shudder for sending me an early copy. Please let me know what you think of my new review setup. Go send the Addams Family lots of love on social media, and I'll see you all next week when I'll be talking about both Jerry Seinfeld's insane feud with a bobcat and Bigfoot. Bye.